Let me transition to a subject matter that's very, very important that I think is necessary before I get into the tweets and close out today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump's going to get reelected. Donald Trump's going to be the next president of the United States. If this kind of stuff that I'm reading continues to happen in American cities, Donald Trump is a shoo-in for reelection, even if he's a convicted felon. Now, that's a damn shame. But somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. Did you read the story coming out of New York City? Did you read it? Involving Mayor Adams, Eric Adams, who I'm a fan of, by the way. I like him. But I don't like the story that I read over the weekend. And I think it's a story that can't be ignored. And it's talking about how $53 million in prepaid credit cards are in the process of being distributed to migrant families. Now I understand what people are thinking about, what they're wondering about here. Because they're saying to themselves, what's the problem if you're on the left? There's a big problem if you're on the right. No, it ain't that simple.
Now let's pause this for a minute here. You know, I lost a lot of friends when I used to say this very same thing. A lot of people deleted me from social media because how to start? It's a big difference when you live in these communities and you see what people like Joe Biden do. You see, most people who speak for the poor people and for the less fortunate lives in gated communities. They have the most to say about people who lives in these dysfunctional neighborhoods where they have no gas to even, can't afford gas to even get to a pharmacy. And some of these, like one of the neighborhoods I worked in, the pharmacy is like an hour away. If you don't have any cars or can afford bus fare, sometimes the bus seldomly comes. You see, these people, when you speak to them, they will tell you exactly what is going on. But the people who are privileged, people who are well off, don't live in these neighborhoods that they represent. They don't know how it feels to struggle. And they have the most to say. Now, I do feel Stephen A. Smith pain. But you see, he's blind from the beginning. Now he's saying all of this. But my issue is this. My issue is this. And to use this analogy, if I give $50 to an addict and say to the addict, you know, this is a blessing from God and I want you to do the right thing with it. The addict may say, absolutely, God has blessed me today. I'm going to use this money for the right thing. Next thing you see, this addict shooting up drugs. And you say to yourself, you're complaining, this This addict is no good. I regret giving this addict the money. But he was an addict from the beginning. All the evidence pointed to who this person was or is. So why would I get upset at this addict when the issue was me? I let my emotions direct me. Now, Stephen A. Smith, guess what's going on? You put these people in office. After seeing Joe Biden history about the crime bills, how he had so much black people locked up for little to no crime. When I see his history on racism, when I see all the people that he supported, why in the world I would vote for him? Something would have been wrong with me. And this is an issue. Now you saying all this, and all that you're saying is true. But this is what Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, a lot of people were saying from the beginning. But you see, you criticize these people. You put them down. So it's like there's a sign saying, hey, bridge closed. But you decide to ignore the sign and go drive on this bridge. Now you're stuck on the bridge and you're complaining. Whose fault was that? You ignore all the signs. I feel your pain, brother. I feel it. But just do better next time, because you messed up. Joe Biden didn't mess up. Joe Biden was doing exactly what he intended to do. You see, but you are voting for these people who don't care nothing about your community, nothing about black people. Not even the so-called black Kamala Harris, whose Jamaican dad denies her and call her foolish. If her own dad would speak against her, why would I even vote for a person like that? We see these people in history in 3D. 3D. Without the glasses. But you decide to go and vote for them regardless. Whose fault is that? Why am I here blaming Joe Biden? Why am I getting upset at him? It's just like I go to pet a snake and that snake turn around and bite me. Whose fault is that? And I want to chop this snake head off. I'm getting angry at this snake. I should be reprimanded. I should confess, man, I messed up for voting for these people. All that you're saying is on point. The only thing I disagree with, the issue wasn't the Democratic Party. The issue is you. Because you ignore all the signs and you voted for these people. And what now? You're complaining that a person who cares nothing about your neighborhood, nothing about black people, haven't done what they say. Is that a surprise?
We have to understand that we don't want people eating out of garbage cans. We don't want people starving. We don't want people separated from their children and children separated from their parents. We don't want this. We don't want to be cruel and inhumane. But illegal immigration has become incredibly pervasive since the Biden administration has taken office. We all know that he's capitulated to the extreme left. And even though we wouldn't say specifically and definitively that the borders are open, every time you turn around, particularly in states like Texas and Arizona, and to a lesser degree, California, it is an extreme problem. Well, guess where else it's a problem? It's a problem in New York City, my home. And I got to tell you something right now. If it wasn't for my daughter being there, I'd be gone. Don't like what I'm seeing. But it's not just because of migrants or illegal immigration. It's because it's mayhem. Folks don't know how to act. It's not an accident that the former president keeps bringing up law and order, law and order, law and order, because those are catchwords. Those are the kind of things that make you go to the polls and vote out of fear.
I disagree with him on that. I totally disagree with him. And that's what I'm saying. Somehow the facts ain't reaching him correctly. Now, he's a smart guy, and I like him. He's an honest person. I would never put him down in any way. But I clearly remember when Trump was in office, he wanted to even send out the National Guard to Chicago. But we stopped him. We stopped him. So Trump was always about law and order. He put even a national ban against the Muslims. Who are the Muslims? The Muslims was the biggest slave traders. I'm not saying majority of Muslims are innocent and loving people, except Ileana Omar. Clearly see she's a terrorist. She's an evil individual. But these are the people we put in office. But Trump was always about law and order. So he's not doing it and saying it now so you can get to the poll. He was always about that. He have done everything he have said. I'm not trying to glorify a man, but you are just blind to this.
It works. Throughout history, it has worked. But now this is a different kind of fear, but a fear tinged with frustration. Because when you hear about migrants receiving $53 million in prepaid credit cards, the Eric Adams administration in the mayor's office in New York City will tell you it's going to save about $600,000 a month. But that's not how poor people are looking at it. You know what black poor people are looking at it like? You know what Latinos who happen to be poor that arrived in this country are looking at it like? Where that money come from us? I could have used it. I could use.
He's absolutely correct. A matter of fact, you remember when they dropped off the migrants? I think it was in, I can't remember where, but in one of those rich neighborhoods, and they quickly got rid of them. But they send them to the poor neighborhood where they take over everything and push out the poor people who was there before. Sometimes when I go to like Overtown in Miami, all those neighbors I don't recognize anymore. Because when migrants came here, they end up taking everything over and pushing out those who were there before. Now, I'm not saying people should not have an opportunity here in America, but you want to come through the gate. You want to come through the right way. But then again, you see, we're looking at $53 million for these illegals. But for the Democratic Party, illegals are gold. Because you know what? they're going to turn around and take everything over, push out everyone else, and vote for the Democratic Party. Just like how black people was married to the Democratic Party until Candace Owen and a lot of people came around and just talking about this very same subject, where a lot of blacks have left the plantation now. So now they got to replace these blacks that is voting for Trump, 12%, all of this. They got to replace them. And here comes the migrant. Because of black votes, Democrat always had a chance to beat the Republicans. Now, they're losing the black votes. Don't you think they see what's going on? But they don't care. The people you, Stephen A. Smith, put in office don't care. When you talking all that, the way you talking, to them it sounds like blah, 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 blah. I already got your vote. I already got your vote. Say whatever you want. I got it. And a matter of fact, I'm using your votes and other people's votes to invest not in the stock market, but in illegal migrants who are going to replace you. And you're going to be like the machines in the, they are like the machines in the Matrix, where they use your energy, give you this dream, give you this vision, give you this life. And when they finish with you, they just spit you out. Throw you in the garbage. Right now, Stephen A. Smith, you're garbage to the Democratic Party. Garbage to Joe Biden. Because guess what? Got your vote already. So you could complain all you want. You could vent all you want. What you're saying is truth, but it does not matter now. Until you repent and you change, you voting for a person who basically hates God. They don't want Christian to have freedom of speech. They hate your race. That's why blacks are more. I don't agree with abortion in any cases, but I'm using it for an example. They hate your race. They've been trying to get rid of you for the longest. Half the black race has been aborted. And that's why the Hispanic race surpassed the black. Abortion took out majority of the black people. But this is the man, after knowing all of this, this is a person you go and vote for. Then you turn around complaining. Now, trust me, it doesn't matter for me. Now, I want Trump in office. But I already have the greatest president there is, the greatest ruler there is, and that's the Almighty God. So whether Trump or Biden in office, now trust me, I want Trump because he's going to maintain your freedom of speech, and trust me, blacks done much better under Trump than any other president. But because of my faith in God, even though gas prices was high, I used to see $50 to fill my truck under Trump. Now it's almost $90-something under Joe Biden, but God still take care of me. But guess what? I'm going to go straight to the poll and vote for Trump. Even though I know God is taking care of me, but God don't want me to be a fool. I never voted for Obama. I didn't even voted for, I don't remember, he passed away now, who was running against Obama. That shows you how much I care about politics. But truth is truth. You know, I came across this video, they're complaining. You're complaining that a dog bites you. That's what dogs do. You complain about a python biting you when you go pet it. That's what it does. So why are you complaining? What you should be saying is, man, I messed up. I'm going to stop voting for these people. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to listen to both sides. I'm going to look at evidence. But I just had to shed my light, a little light on that right there. I like Stephen A. Smith. I will always pray for him. I believe he's genuine, but he's not seeing that you're the one who put this evil leader in office. You did it. So peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And even if you don't want to like, if you give me a thumbs down, please let me know why. Peace out.